Hello guys, I welcome you all for e-learning of pharmaceutical chemistry class. Today we will learn about radiopharmaceuticals and contrast media part 1. This lesson will explain what a radioactive substance is, give examples of radioactive substances and describe how radioactivity is used in day-to-day life. Let us discuss one by one radioactive substances. Okay, but before going for radioactive substances, we have to know what is meant by radiation, right? In Avenger series or Hollywood movies, when Bruce Banner gets angry, he turns into the Hulk. This happens due to a hefty dose of gamma radiation. But can radiation really turn you into Hulk? Is the green glow of radioactivity real? And just what are radioactive substances anyway? Radiation might sound like something dangerous, right? But that depends on what kind of radiation you are talking about, right? There are a lot of different types of radiations. The light coming from a household lamp is type of radiation, and the microwave oven that cook your food are also a type of radiation. But when we talk about radioactive substances, we concern with particular type of radiation. Let us discuss these radiations or radioactive substances. Radioactive substances have property of emitting rays or particles which affect the photographic plate. Okay, there are 40 radioactive elements are known, which are arranged as uranium series, thorium series and actinium series. The elements are known as radioactive because they are unstable, they are not stable one. Okay, and undergo decomposition means what? Decay along with emission of radiations or rays. Okay, the radiations or rays which are emitted are following: alpha and beta particles and gamma rays. Okay, let us discuss some important definitions. First definition is radiopharmaceuticals. Okay, what is meant by radiopharmaceuticals? Preparations which contain one or more radionuclide used in medicine as source of radiation for radiotherapy and for diagnostic purposes, or compounds or substances which emit radiation and which are used in pharmacy. Similar words are used for these substances like radioisotopes, radionuclide. Okay, रेडियो फार्मास्यूटिकल्स ऐसे मेडिसिन है जो कि काम आते हैं एज अ सोर्स ऑफ रेडिएशन. रेडिएशन मीन्स अल्फा बीटा एंड gamma particles, okay, which are useful for radiotherapy. Therapy means treatment of any kind of disease, and diagnostic purpose means what? Used for detection. Okay, किसी भी disease के detection के लिए use they are useful. Okay, radionuclides, these are the chemicals from which alpha, beta and gamma radiations can emit. Okay, and which penetrate our skin or tissues. Okay, next definition: radioactivity, the process of emitting radiations by unstable isotopes, these are not stable isotopes, is known as radioactivity, and this type of isotopes are known as radioactive isotopes. This is very important term, radioactivity. Radioactivity discovered by A.H. Becquerel in 1896, and it is classified by E. Rutherford as alpha, beta particles and gamma rays, particles which are emitted from nuclei as a result of nuclear instability, called as radioactivity. Okay, radioactive substances, we have to know what is meant by radioactive substances first. A radioactive substance is unstable and produces dangerous kinds of radiation. It is unstable because the strong nuclear force that holds the nucleus of the atom together is not balanced with the electric force that wants to push it apart. Okay, because it's unstable, the atom will decay or decompose into more stable one, right? Another way of thinking about radioactivity is in terms of energy. Okay, a radioactive atom has a higher energy than it needs to have, right? Energy in the universe tends to spread out, and so when something has more energy than it needs, it's only a matter of time until it loses that energy. When a radioactive atom loses its extra energy by decaying or decomposition, that energy has to go somewhere, right? Energy in this universe is never created nor destroyed. It is said to be always conserved, right? Where does it go then? It is goes into it goes into the radiation that is produced. Okay. Radioactive substances are continually producing three kinds of dangerous radiation: alpha particle, beta particle, and gamma rays. These types of radiation are invisible to naked eyes, and so you don't see a green glow. Okay, but sometimes you can interact with nearby phosphorescent or fluorescent material that will glow green, right? This is why a green glow is associated with radioactivity. Green color is also associated with radioactivity. Unfortunately, for superhero fans, there is no evidence that even these three kinds of radiation, right, like alpha, beta, and gamma, can turn you into the Hulk. Radioactive substances produce alpha particles, beta particles, and gamma rays. But what are these three types of dangerous radiation? We can see later. Okay. Next definition is radioisotopes. These are the unstable isotopes, not stable isotopes, right, which emit radiations. What is meant by isotopes? Atoms of an element which are having same atomic number but which have different mass number or weight, okay, are called as isotopes. Next definition is half-life of radioisotopes. It is defined as time required for a radioactive isotope to decay to one half of its original value. Decay or decompose to one half of its original value means what? If original molecule is having 100 value, then its half-life value is 50, right? Original value at any given point of time. Atomic number, it is equal to number of protons present in nucleus of its atom. Okay, and mass number, it is the sum of number of protons and number of neutrons. These definitions are very important. Next, we have to see how it works. Okay, radiopharmaceuticals are radioisotopes bound to biological molecules able to target specified organs, tissues, cells with body, and helps in producing images of organs or tissues of interest. A medical device known as gamma camera is able to detect gamma rays. Here we use radioisotopes, right? Radioisotopes means what? That are same atomic number but different atomic masses or different atomic weight, right? And because of difference in atomic masses, they emit radiations like alpha, beta, and gamma, right? And these radiations will bind to biological molecules. Alpha, beta, gamma radiations will bind to biological molecules that are able to target our different body parts or tissues, and this binding will help us for producing images of organs. And we'll see, as a result of these all consequences, we'll see X-ray report, right? What in X-ray report, what we will see? The images of various skeletal muscles, right? By using this technique, we can study our internal body parts without any injury to our body parts. Okay. Next, any nucleotide which is not radioactive in nature is regarded as stable. To be stable, a nuclide may possess appropriate kind of energy. This is very important property. Those nuclide which undergo spontaneous or frequent nuclear changes so as to attain stability by emitting radiations from original molecule are called as radionuclides or radioisotopes. Okay. Next, this figure is showing the penetration ability of various materials. Alpha particles having penetration ability up to paper sheet. Okay, beta particles can penetrate plastic sheet. Gamma and X-rays can penetrate lead. Okay, let us discuss alpha, beta, and gamma rays. Okay, from this, first of all, we'll discuss alpha rays. Not suitable for radiation therapy. Alpha rays are not suitable for radiation therapy because it can penetrate less than 10th of millimeter inside body, but it is having great destructive power within range. So its main radiation hazard comes when it is ingested orally into the body and came in contact with fast growing membranes and living cells. It is positioned for maximum damage. Okay, so it is not suitable. These rays or particles have low penetration ability because of its weight. Okay, nucleus of element helium. Okay, alpha rays are example of nucleus of element helium. It is composed of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Okay, alpha rays have positive charge and can be detected by a strong magnetic field. Alpha rays can carry 2 positive charges on it. Okay, alpha rays have a mass of 4 atomic mass unit, that is 4 AMU, and mass is 7,000 times more than beta. Okay, its mass is more than beta, that's why it is having low penetration ability due to its mass or weight. Okay, next property, heavy metals have capacity to emit such type of rays. Okay, next, all alpha particles are having the same energy. Next, the penetrating power of alpha rays is less as compared to other emissions, right? Next, because of low penetrating power of alpha particles, elements which emit alpha rays do not find use in biological applications because they cannot penetrate even tissue. Okay. Next, beta rays. Beta particles are just electrons from neutrons. Having high energy electrons have greater range of penetration than alpha particles but less than gamma particles. Okay, this thing you have to keep in your mind, that high energy electrons have greater range of penetration than alpha particles but less than gamma rays. Okay, and radiation hazard from beta particles is greatest if they are ingested orally. These have two types: electrically positively charged particles, which are called positrons; electrically negatively charged particles, which are called negatrons. They have greater penetrating power than that of alpha rays. Okay, beta particles have negligible mass. Its mass is negligible one, that's why it is having greater penetration ability. Okay, these particles are usually accompanied by gamma radiation. Beta particles have less ionizing power than alpha particles. Okay, last ray, gamma ray, and very important, that is most useful radiation for medical purpose. These are higher in energy than x-rays and therefore they are having high penetrability. Also most dangerous radiation in comparison with alpha and beta. Alpha and beta are particle but gamma is ray. This thing you have to keep in your mind, that alpha and beta are particle and gamma is ray. Okay, these have been more penetrating than alpha and beta rays. They are having the same character as that of very short electromagnetic waves called as X-rays. Next property, they have no mass or no charge. It is having negligible or no mass or no charge. Okay, that's how it is having low penetration ability. Gamma rays are produced during disintegration of radioactive substances. Okay, along with beta radiation and during nuclear fission reactions. Next property, they are uncharged and have poor ionizing power. Next, we have to learn this table: type of radiation emitted and symbol, nature of the radiation formation, structure, relative mass, electric charge. Next is penetrating power and what will it block. More dense material, more radiation is absorbed, but smaller mass or charge of particle, more penetrating. And in next column, ionizing power, the ability to remove electrons from atoms to form positive ions. The process is called ionization. Alpha particle, first of all we'll see alpha particle. A helium nucleus of 2 protons and 2 neutrons, mass is 4, charge plus 2, is expelled at high speed from the nucleus. Beta particles, it is having high kinetic energy and electrons. Okay, and gamma, very high frequency electromagnetic radiation, mass is equal to 0, charge is equal to 0. Gamma emissions often accompanies beta decay, right? Next we'll see penetrating power. Alpha particles, low penetration, slowest speed, biggest mass and charge, stopped by a few centimeter of air or thin sheet of paper. Beta particles, penetration power, moderate penetration. Okay, and gamma, very highly penetrating power. Next, ionizing power. Alpha particle, very high ionizing power, the biggest mass and charge of the three radiations, the biggest punch in ripping off electrons from molecules. Other ions are formed. Beta particles, ionizing power, moderate ionizing power. Gamma particles, the lowest ionizing power. Okay. Let us discuss some comparative points. This is very important table, guys. Alpha particles, beta particles and gamma particles differentiate between. Uh, if you have to do study, you can always prefer comparison points. Okay. Alpha particles having positive charge, beta negative charge, and gamma particles neutral or chargeless. Okay. Alpha particles having high ionizing power, beta particles are having less than alpha particles, and gamma particles low ionizing power. Okay. Next, penetration ability. Alpha particles having lowest penetration power, beta particles having 100 times more penetration than alpha particles, and gamma particles 10,000 times more than beta particles. Okay. Next is blocking. Okay, alpha particles can stop by even piece of thin paper. Okay, beta particles blocked by aluminum plate, and gamma particles it can pass lead block alum plate also. Okay. Next is nature. Alpha particles are heavy in nature, beta particles negligible, and gamma particles light in weight. Next, use of alpha particles used in medicines for diagnosis and treatment. Example is helium. Beta particles used in medicines for diagnosis and treatment. Example is iodine 131. Gamma particles used in medicines for diagnosis and treatment. Okay. Next, types of radio nuclides. There are two types of radionuclides. First is natural one and second one is artificial radionuclides. First we'll see what is meant by natural radionuclides. Include primordial radioactive elements in earth and produced by cosmic radiation interactions. They include about 40 high atomic weight elements such as uranium 238, radium 226, which may be alpha, beta or gamma emitters, and also some moderate weight elements such as potassium 40, rubidium 87. Okay, these are the examples of natural radionuclides which occurs naturally in our nature. Okay. Second one, artificial or synthetic radionuclides are produced by bombarding particles with other particles, leading to creation of new products like bombardment with alpha particles from a radionuclide source. Example, radium can lead to formation of new radioactive element. Okay. Next, what are radiopharmaceuticals? Enumerate units of radioactivity. We all know what is meant by radiopharmaceuticals. We have to study now its units, right? Very important. Curie, defined as quantity of any radioactive substance which undergoes the same number of disintegrations in unit time as of 1 gram of radium and is equal to 3.7 into 10 raised to 10 disintegrations per second. This is the definitions for Curie, and Curie is unit for radioactivity. Next is Roentgen. It is the unit of exposure. 1 Roentgen is equal to 2.58 into 10 raised to minus 4 coulomb kilograms per minus 1. Third one is RAD, rat. It is the unit of absorbed dose. Pharmaceutical dosage forms are described in rad units. Okay. Next, REM. It is unit of dose equivalent. Fifth one, exposure rate constant. Okay. And sixth is RBE, relative biological effectiveness. Shows effect of radiation alpha, beta and gamma on the biological system. Next, production of radioisotopes. This is very important point, guys. Radioisotopes are isotopes of a chemical element, right? They have an excess of energy which they release in the form of radiation. They can occur naturally or be produced artificially, mainly in research reactors and accelerators, right? Radioisotopes are used in various fields, including nuclear medicine, industry, agricultural field, and also research purposes. The production of radioisotopes involves several interrelated activities, including the fabrication of targets, their irradiation, transportation of the irradiated targets to processing facilities, radiochemical processing, or encapsulation in sealed sources, quality control, and transportation to end users, right? Radiopharmaceuticals, such as those extracted from radioisotope generators, are substances that can contain a radioisotope and have the ability to perform the role of marker in medical, diagnostic, or therapeutic procedures. 80% of all diagnostic material scans worldwide rely on the availability of the radioisotope molybdenum 99, okay, and its daughter product technetium 99M, which are presently only produced at research reactors. Okay, these points are really very important one. Now we'll discuss how they will produced. First type is reactor irradiation. Reactor is having an arrangement of fissionable material. Fissionable means what? Fission reactions, fission material in a moderator, which slows down the fast neutrons to thermal energies. The fissionable material like uranium is taken in the form of rods, which are arranged in a lattice pattern, and hence the neutrons flux is maximum in the center where there is most uranium. A heavy water moderated reactor using enriched uranium is having a maximum flux of 10 10 raised to 14 neutrons centimeter minus 2 s minus 1. Second one is cyclotron irradiation. While the reactors are able to produce a flux of neutrons and gamma rays, accelerating mechanisms can use many other types of bombarding particles which have been charged particles, right? They can accelerate it to high velocities so as to overcome the repulsive forces of the nucleus. The beam of energetic particles has been small, and targets for irradiation have to be put in this beam. The number of samples that can be irradiated at a time has been limited, and the yields has been low. But on other hand, many isotopes which otherwise cannot be produced in a reactor could be produced in cyclotron type of irradiation materials. Okay. So in part 1 of this e-learning class, we'll discuss so many important points like what is meant by radioactive substances, its definitions, various definitions, how it works, its mechanisms, then penetration ability of various particles, alpha beta comparison, then differentiating points, also types of radionuclides, and also the units of radionuclide material, and also last point, production of radioisotopes. In next part we will learn about various different aspects of radiopharmaceuticals and contrast media. Thank you.